Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Henry, and with me today I have four fabulous fifth graders. We are working on a new strategy for some. It's called precision partnering, and these four fifth graders are going to show us how it's done. Now we have Griffin and T-Lock and Lindsay and Sanab. They've been the brave models here, the brave volunteers to do this with us. So today, fifth graders, we're going to learn more deeply about turn and talks. Now you all have done turn and talks and you know what those are, correct? Now this is called precision partnering. It's very similar to something you've done, the turn and talks, but it goes deeper. So it's called precision partnering. Let's say that together. Precision partnering. And here's the words, precision partnering. Now the four most important things about precision partnering are, number one, look at your partner. And then number two, another L, lean in toward your partner. Number three is listen carefully and respond. And the fourth L is a low voice or a library voice. This is when you're partnering. Now, when you are thinking about something that I've presented or your teacher has presented, you'll want to share, and we're going to use that precision partnering for it. A big part of precision partnering is paraphrasing. And I know, Lindsay, you mentioned that it's saying it, you might not catch everything, but what would you catch the most when you're paraphrasing?
The most important things?
Yes, exactly. So when you're paraphrasing, I have some prompts to help you, but I think today the prompt that we're going to use is just, I heard you say. You know, in real life I might say, well, Lindsay, I heard you say this. You know, I wouldn't say, well, what I heard you saying is, no, I'd probably be a little bit more casual and say, well, Griffin, I heard you say this. So you could certainly use your partner's name when you do that. Now, Griffin and Lindsay, you'll be partner 2, and T-Lock and Sanab, you'll be partner 1. But before we practice it as a group, I think Griffin and I will demonstrate. Griffin, we're going to practice those 4 L's in paraphrasing. So Griffin, I'm going to ask you a question. What, in some detail, and not too much detail, what did you do last night after you got home from school?
Last night I went to hockey tryouts, and when we got home, I played some Scrabble with my dad, and we watched Percy Jackson, and then I had to go to bed really early, and then I woke up really early.
Okay, awesome. Now, he shared with me, and we didn't lean in too much because he's right here, but normally we'd lean in, and I was trying to listen carefully, and he used a low voice, and now I'm going to paraphrase. I'm going to do my best to focus. Sometimes it's hard to focus. This is a hard skill to use with your brain. Griffin, what I heard you say is that you watched sports on TV last night. Particularly, you enjoyed watching Percy Jackson, and then you played some games, and then you had to kind of hit the sack early. Did I hear you correctly?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we just modeled some paraphrasing. What I learned, Griffin, is that I have to listen more carefully because I missed some things that you said to me. So the more I practice, the better I will get. Okay, now all of us, remember, we're going to look at our partner, we're going to lean in a bit, we're going to listen, and we're going to use our library voice. Okay, here's the question I'm going to ask all of you now. And I'm going to ask partner 2 to be the person to tell about it, and partners 1, you will listen and you will be paraphrasing back to your partner. So first of all, here's the question. Tell me what you like best about Eastwood School and what you like least, and maybe why. Maybe add some why to that. What you like best, maybe what you like least, and maybe some whys about that. Okay, turn to your partners and please share.
What I like most about Eastwood is that my brother and lots of my friends come here, and I get to play with them a lot. And what I least like about Eastwood is that we don't get very much recess time. It doesn't feel like.
I wish we had more of that.
Okay, everyone stop. I hear your voices were starting to stop, and so it's time to stop. Now let's take a moment and think. And I'm going to ask partner 1 now to paraphrase back to their partner 2 about what they just said.
I heard you say that you like dominates people that you spend because they help you when you need help, and that you don't like how we don't get a lot of recess time.
All right, thank you for sharing. We'll stop now. Now, how did that feel for both of you? Why don't we do a little bit of sharing? How did that feel to have precision partnering happen? Lindsay, why don't you tell us?
It made me feel like Zainab was listening very well, and she answered all the right things. She wasn't getting off track.
Okay, and Sanab, what did you think as a listener?
I thought it's kind of something that you can get to know someone better, kind of.
Okay, great, good ideas. Griffin, what did you think about this process?
I like that you know your partner's listening when they're looking at you. You know that they're listening, because sometimes when you're partnered with someone else, they're just looking somewhere else, and then you're like, why aren't you listening? They're like, oh, I'm just not looking at you.
Awesome job. That's great the way you put it. And T-Lock, how did you feel? What do you think about the process?
I heard clearly, and I know like he talked clearly, and
Did it help you remember?
yeah.
Excellent. And this is the important thing. This helps us remember. This kind of sharing, this kind of listening helps us remember. And that's what we're here to do in life, is to remember and learn and then make others feel good about themselves and succeed. So thank you for doing this with us. And so here we were, everyone. We were demonstrating precision partnering and paraphrasing. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today and helping out with this great process.